garden centre?
In the garden centre. Okay. So Hans in the garden centre.
Right, now I need the seeds. Yes, seeds. Right, no, yes, yes.
Excuse me.
Take this. Wait a minute. I'm seeding.
There's no need to be so rude.
Shut up.
I just wanted to ask where the half-price pots
Come here.
are.
Come here.
Yeah.
I said, shut up.
I'm sorry, but your customer service is quite cranky.
I'm losing my patience. Oh, gosh.
I'm just asking.
Look, come here a second. I need to borrow you for a moment. Now, darling, I wanted to tell you that actually I've met you before. And we are, don't you remember? Party that I remember you. Yes, I remember. You are the one with the beard. The one with the beard, that's it, I remember. And you were dancing with the hand jive. Absolutely, you were Saturday night fevering it up all the way.
Oh, I'm so sorry to be so rude. Hi.
That's okay, no worries.
Nice to
So shy. All of a sudden I don't know what to say. Anyway, I was seeding. Do you want to help?
Well, I was actually just about the half-price pots.
That's how we seed. Head. Okay, lovely. And now you need to suck the moisture out of the soil. Oh, you've got nits. It's definitely in it. Come on, you haven't finished.
Can you just tell me where the half-price pots are? And can you also give me the name of your manager? I'm disgusted. I mean, just because I met you at a party and we tumbled doesn't mean you can talk about it.
Stop. I want to tell you something. You are the love of my life. Ever since that party, I fancied you. Let us go and make garden centre love together.
The story of the madman begins.
Colin! Colin! Screamed the toad. Called Alan. Alan was not mad, however. He was in the imagination of Colin! And Colin, one day, woke up next to Mary, who was mad. She lived in a house next to a raggedy old hamster shop. Colin! Colin! Often looked through the window of the hamster shop and dreamed of going abroad to Skegness. Because he came from Spain, and his father was called Juan de Fargo. Colin alighted the bus and skipped off to the sands, where he buried himself to the knee in hay. Oh, still no. Colin, however, remembered that he was allergic to sand and all things sandy, including sand. Yum, he said, as he ate a small sandwich, which of course, with his allergy to sand, caused him no end of pain. Colin's mother arrived and smacked him severely, and yet lightly. Mother, I do love you so when you hit me, because this is, after all, the story of a madman. Go, Colin!
If you go to the knitting circle, you have to introduce yourself and say why you're coming. So I'm Dolly Grip, and I'm here because of my nerves. Because I haven't been the same since my mum died. She died about a year ago. But she had a good life, she had a long life. She was very old when she died, and very small. Just shrink. And the thing was, that when we went to the house of rest, I went in there and I thought, now what sort of a coffin would she like? Anyway, they got this brochure out and I had a look through and I thought, that's it. That's the coffin for my mum. It was banana leaf. Would you believe it? Banana leaf? That was lovely because she loved bananas. She loved bananas, but only when they've gone really ripe. You know, when they're brown. You wouldn't want to eat them. Oh, do you want this one? This is almost good enough for my mum, but not quite. She likes a really brown one. Anyway, she's in the garage right now. I've put her between the methylated spirits and the windowline. She was very clean, my mother. Oh, she was. I put some of her ashes on the garden already, on the roses. Well, you know what happened? You'll never guess what happened, Claire. Well, a few months ago, I thought, now you don't laugh. Well, you might have suffered from this yourself. I thought I was a moth. I did. I woke up one morning, it was one of them Kafka-like moments, and I thought I was a moth. And I started eating my carding. Hiding in the wardrobe. It was no good, I could tell you. I was going to go to see if I can get a self-help book. So I went down to the library. I was actually really looking for Budgie Weekly, which is my favourite magazine. Somebody else had taken it out anyway. So what I did was, I looked through the agony aunties, because I thought, oh, that's the thing to do, the agony aunties. But I couldn't find Virginia Ironside anywhere, and I love her. I used to love her. She used to write in Woman or Woman's Realm or Woman's Weekly or something, but there wasn't one. But then I found another one. I cut it out because I was amazed. Pamela Stevenson Connolly. Do you know what? I think she's married to Billy. Anyway, Pamela Stevenson, sexual healing. Sexual healing in the library. I mean, have you seen it? I am a 40-year-old lesbian. Now, that's not a problem. She don't mind being 40. I am a 40-year-old lesbian, and I've seen labia of many shapes and sizes. Well, I thought they were a small car, rather like a mini. But I've yet to see any as large as mine. It has begun to affect my ability to enjoy sex to the point that I can't climax with a partner. What's that when it's a turn? Also, oral sex. I think that's talking about it, but I'm not sure. I think that's the Also, oral sex is my favourite thing, but I no longer enjoy it. I think my vulva... Now, that is a car. No, because the woman down our road's got all that space. I went through the change a few years ago. I know I don't look old enough, but still I did, just a few years ago. And the only thing I regret about going through the change is that I've got 3 packets of Dr. White's and half a box of tampons spare. And I don't know what to do with them. I don't like throwing things away. And you never know, you know what, ladies, them that haven't got there don't think you have yet, love. You know what I'm talking about. You never know when the last bus is coming. So you have a few in just in case, because you don't want to be caught short. But then the last bus comes, goes, and not another one comes for years. You think, what am I going to do with all them Dr. Whites? And half a box of tampons, and they're not cheap. So Christmas was coming up, so I thought, well, maybe I could hang them from the Christmas tree, the tampons. If I spray them, they look quite nice. But anyway, then I thought, no, don't be selfish, Dolly. You've had your use. You don't need them anymore. Take them to Oxfam. So I did. I went down to Oxfam. I said, I've got some ladies' hygiene products. Would you like them? And she just looked at me all funny. I said, what's the matter? They're not used. She said, no, I don't think we've got any call for them. And I said, there's a woman in Nairobi, I'll be glad of them. I'll see you soon. Have I met you? You're not my son.
Badger, Wizard, your host and compare, Bodger! Hello! Welcome to Badger Wizard, Smackdown, Nano, Boo! Here's our guests! What's your name, where'd you come from, what's your birthday, Badger?
My name's Dolly, and I ain't got a bra size.
Hey Dolly! Contestant number 2! What's your name and what colour are you?
Hello, my name's Felicity, and today I'm green.
Okay, great! Contestant number 3, what's your name and how many poos have you had?
I'm Pamela.
tight little t-shirt and my glitzy personality that yes, I am a vegetarian. And it's looking good, it's looking good. My mum was really excited, she got a job there. She was like, and she's always ringing me with a special offer. She's going, Aaron, bags of potatoes at 50p! You couldn't lick them for less! It's not strictly true at our Tesco, because we've got self-service. Who's done it? Who's done it? You've done it. What did you have?
Oh, onions.
2 packets of ham, swipe them through as one. Good, isn't it? Have you done it? You must have done. You didn't pay for that shirt. she did it then. She swiped it through. Honestly, it works. Bunch of bananas, swipe them through as one. Works with the onions. Honestly, I did it the other day. Widescreen plasma television. Swiped it through as a muller rice. I live in Birmingham. Does anyone live with someone stupid? What does he do?
Not very much.
Anything. I live with someone called Stupid Tina. Right. We call her that because she's Scouse. What's your name? Redhead.
Sophie.
Sophie. How do you spell Sophie?
S-O-P-H-I-E.
See, that's the normal way of spelling it, isn't it? Who knows stupid people that spell their normal, boring names stupidly, like sucking a couple of Z's and Y's into Sophie, just to make it exciting? Does anyone know anyone like that? I do. Tina. She spells her name T-E-E-N-A-R, Pinar. Right. It's shit, isn't it? Right, I was working in a restaurant in Devon, right, and this woman rang up and she goes, oh, hello. She's posh, you see. I'd like to book a table, please, under the name of Pizon. I was like, oh, Pizon. Now that's posh, isn't it? That's posh. How do you spell that? She goes, P-E-A-S-A-N-T. Peasant. Your name is Mrs. Peasant. You just need to accept that. You don't see me mincing around. You do see me mincing around. You don't see me mincing around saying my name is Aaron Twijon, do you? No, I just accept that I have a bit of a funny shitty name and that it rhymes with keep your hair on, and bitching, twitching, and as my mother used to say, gender switching, twitching. It's not very nice, but you accept these things. But Tina is pretty stupid. Like the other week, she locked me out of the house and left a note on the fridge. I know, it took her a minute to. My dad. Who's got a dad? You're the only one. Everyone else in here, parented by lesbians. It's unfortunate. And you've got a dad as well. Does your dad think he's a doctor?
He was a doctor.
He was. Well, my dad thought he was a doctor, which is funnier. No, my dad genuinely thought he was a doctor, and he bought himself a t-shirt that said, I'm not a gynaecologist, but I'll have a look anyway. So I bought him a t-shirt that said, I'm not a twat, but I act like one anyway. Didn't find that funny. But he's only got 2 bits of medical advice for anyone, okay, regardless of what's wrong with her. So Tina with her cystitis and chlamydia, this is all he can say to her. Fluids. He's an alcoholic. What can you say? The second bit of advice, have you had a poo? Like that's what I medically grew up believing was actually a treatment for anything. Like, have you had a poo? Like, and if you hadn't had a poo, you were forced to the toilet until you'd done 12 inches. 12 inches is a lot, isn't it? It's almost as big as my face. Almost as big as your face. Honestly, like 12 inches. How much do you think 12 inches is? Estimate for me. With your hand. It's a bit smaller than that. Someone's being generous. No, that's a lot because, like, 12 inches is what Gillian McKeith suggests that you should do every day. Did you do 12 inches today? You look like you've never done 12 inches of poo in your life.